What's up, my dudes? If you ever want to motor swap your E34, there's like one big thing that always stuck with me. You know, I've been in the E34 game for a little bit, and just reading forums and just like understanding like the chassis and just digging for some research, there's like one major thing that always stuck with me. So in this video, I'm basically going to talk about like what you should know, what common swaps has been done. And to be honest, I'm a dude on the internet. I don't really know shit. If you guys want to do anything you want to do, if there's a will, there's a way. You get it done. I believe in you. So if I say anything that goes against what you have or what you're thinking, you can still do it. It's totally possible. All right, let's get into it. So I'm using my E34 M5 just because like this is the only E34 I have running. The other one's in the process of paint, so I didn't want to bring it out. I don't think I would ever motor swap an E34 M5, but if I was to, you know what motor I'll go with? I think I'd have to go with an S62. I was thinking about an S65, but then again, they're like the same horsepower numbers, and it's a little bit less complicated with the S62. So I would throw an S62 in here, take that out, and put it into an E28. If you guys had a motor swap at M5, right? Just play the game. If you had a motor swap at M5, what would you do? And comment below. I think this would be a cool little game. All right, moving on. Generally speaking, E34s don't really look good when they're stock. So I understand why everybody likes to modify them. I mean, to me, I love a stock E34. I would tint it and put some code AC and just cruise in that E34. To be honest, the stock E34 has like the best ride comfort, especially with the balloon tires. So why would you want to motor swap your E34? I mean, if you don't have like M5 540, I understand. And even if you do and something happened with the motor, you want to swap it out, save some bucks, or just upgrade. Basically, you're just tired of the stock motor. You want a change for once. The good thing about E34s, like, you know, I have the E30, right? And I motor swap that car. But the thing about that car is so lightweight that like when you're flying, you're like, damn, this is low-key dangerous. Versus E34s, they're a bit longer, they're a bit heavier. So when you motor swap them and you're flying, they can handle it pretty well. They're like super well built. What I've seen is when people do motor swap their car and they take it on like a 150-mile run, this baby is solid. It's pretty stable. Unlike the Bugatti, that guy was like fucking everywhere. Just So you want to take your motor out, right? And you want to put one in. Now, the number one thing that stuck with me when I was reading on the line and all the forums, and generally speaking, people always tell you, like, if you grab a straight six chassis, to throw a straight six in there. It's just better layout because BMW have formatted for a straight six. Versus, like, if you have a straight six and you want to throw a V8, you're going to have to relocate the brake booster up front and some other components. Versus if you just had, like, a 530 chassis with a V8 layout, it would just be almost like a drop-in plug-and-play. I had to give you guys a visual of this motor because this is such an art piece motor. So it's like, it don't get better than this. Like, back in the day, this is when they used to build motors by hand. This is like an art piece. This historic art piece. This is like the best way I can put it. It's just a crazy design motor looking from the top. Let's talk about some common swaps that I've seen, and let's flash back in time. Let me paint you a picture. Alright, a blast in the past. The year is early 2000s. You got companies like AC Snitcher, didnt, Alpina grabbing E34s and modifying and tuning them. So if you bought an E34 and you're lucky enough to own one of those, chances are you don't need a motor swap. They already did the fine tuning and you really don't want to motor swap that. Fast forward to 2021, chances are you're going to have a 525, 535, the more common models just because they make plenty of them. So to spice up your E34, what do? It's time for a motor swap, player. So depending on what chassis you have, indicates what motor you want to throw in there. I mean, again, like I said earlier, if there's a will, there's a way. I know a dude that had a 535 and he actually transformed the whole car and made it a 546 speed. It was like a lot of work, but it can be done. His Instagram would be in the description below because it's worth mentioning. It was a lot of work. So generally speaking, if you have a straight six car, you want to throw a straight six in there, such as a 525, 535. I'm not speaking about the models elsewhere besides the United States because I don't know how they look and I just don't have input on that. So we're just going to stick with the ones offered in the United States. I'm kind of overheating, so we're going to go to the shade because it's getting hot in here and your boy can't really think when he's overheating. Forehead all glycerine just because of sweating. All right, whew. Now that we're in the shade. So back to the chassis. If you want to throw a V8 in there, grab a 530 or a 540. It's just gonna make your life that much easier to throw in a V8. The whole format is already there for you. So now let's move on to common motor swaps, or motor swaps that I've seen done, motor swaps that I will prefer. That's how you know your hood shock's good, when you could drive with the hood open and it doesn't fall. Alright, some common swaps that I've seen. The most common one that I've seen that people actually do, and it was cost effective back in the day, but I don't know how it is anymore. It was the S52. S52 kind of felt good in there, you know, spiced it up, but still it's a heavier car, so I would feel like it needs a little bit more power. You can also throw an M52, which I've seen. People have done that, and it's kind of like a drop-in swap. I highly recommend to keep it OBD2, so you can just do some fine tuning in there. So that's for the straight six, and obviously for moving on to the V8 chassis, M62, I've seen that done. But if you have that motor out, do your timing chain guides. We all know about the failure. Or you can do an M60b44, which is a combination of an M62 bottom end, M60 heads, and it's like a hybrid motor. Obviously an M60 in a 530 is my choice. Other than that, the V8 is a little bit less common if you're not swapping an M62 or you're not doing some kind of hybrid build with the M60. Shout out to Matty Matt, the S62 supercharged in a wagon. So you can do that route. I mean, I don't know how hard that is. You know, you could see his channel, what he's going through, so yeah. But I've seen that done. I actually seen like a S85 on the internet, of course. I'm pretty sure you guys see it too if you're a big E34 people. But at that point, when you're messing with the V8 chassis, not many people done, to be honest, not many people do anything with these damn cars, which I don't understand. I love them. I have so much plans to do with them, but it's just the lack of funds and I guess knowledge. I mean, I think the skill is kind of there. I feel like I could put stuff together, but we'll see in the future. But that's about it for the video. If you guys want to see anything else, let me know. Just comment below. Alright, before you guys go, just stick around because there's a cop down there, and I don't know if he's gonna mess with me when I'm leaving, so I'm just gonna have the camera here and talk to it, and if he sees me, he's gonna be like, oh, he's doing something important, I guess, or distracting. Let's pull him over. I don't know, but he was below me, and we're gonna see right now. On a side note, if you guys are still here, I'm just share a little secret with you. When I first got this M5 and I was driving it, because I already owned the 540, so keep in mind that I had the 540, a V8 with a 6-speed, and then I got an M5, and then I was like, yo, this is not what I thought it was. To be honest, this is a little secret. I was like, this is not what I thought it was. I thought this M5 was gonna be bizarre, right? Bizarre. Alright, cool, cop's gone. But it wasn't that really bizarre. Now that the cop's gone and you guys made it this far, much love, fam. I want to save that topic for another video. Maybe 540 versus the M5 video. That'd be sick. So save it to then. Alright, fam, thanks for hanging out with me and making sure I was gonna be safe. Because when I was pulling up, the cops were chilling right there, and yo boys tags, they're up to date, but I haven't got the sticker yet, so I didn't want them to pull me over and just start fucking with me. Alrighty, boss, we out. Is we out? No, we're not. Are we? No. Yo, I can do this shit all day, bro. I literally, it's weird because there's no one really here, but then I also feel like there's people here watching with me, so it's like a whole community, but I'm just being myself, you know what I mean? And what's even crazier, shout out to that dude that seen me on the freeway, and he was like, yo, stash cam. Blew my mind, bruh. I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. So shout out to you. He was in the Camry, probably had an E36 or a project car at home, but driving the daily, because he had AC in that mug, and I was jealous. I was in the 316 with Dave, cooking alive. That's another thing, yo. Another thing that I'm gonna change in the future is all my cars gonna have AC. I mean, I actually had AC in this car. Damn, I filmed that whole thing. There's so much videos that I just don't upload. of wow. All right, now we out. I'm gonna stop the camera. Farewell.